We'll be back with the first pitch right after this. All right, first pitch coming up. And towing the slab, Garrett Cole. What should we keep an eye on here?
He's racked up over 2,000 strikeouts in his career. He's such a competitor out on the mound. So fun to watch him work. I'm excited for this one.
Ready to go now. Stepping in for San Diego, Xander Bogaerts.
Xander Bogaerts.
And that's in for a strike. And we are underway. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. The Yankees are looking very strong so far this season. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
And there are 2 outs. Let's take a look at the Padres lineup. One point of concern hitting in that 2-hole, Jake Cronenworth.
Yeah, and Boog, sometimes all you need when you're slumping like this is just a little bit of confidence. You need a little bit of luck. One at bat where you hit the ball hard, maybe it's caught, no big deal. Or maybe you get a bleeder, it gets you a hit. You just need to feel good about the at bat, and that's when things start to turn a little bit. We'll see if he can do that in this one.
Luis Arias stands in now and watches strike 1. Fouled off left side.
Yeah, going back to their early performance, Boog, that's the kind of thing that gets the fans fired up. And it gets the players fired up, too. They start to believe it's going to be a big year.
Soto gets under it, corrals it. And that is that. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. Back here in New York, and on the mound today, Matt Waldron.
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a ground ball. Bogaerts with the throw to first. 1 up, 1 down. Here's a look at Aaron Boone's lineup for the Yankees. Chris, this is an offense that puts the bat on the ball. Tough outs pretty much throughout the lineup, and they have fewer strikeouts than any other team in the league.
Yeah, Boog, and I just remember as a player, when you're going up against a club like this, it keeps you on your toes all game long because you got to make plays for your pitcher on the defense. And so an offense like that can really put some pressure on that defense. So they can swing the bats, put it in play, but I also think if they run the bases hard, it adds another element to their game.
Foul ball there. You rewind and think back to those Giants teams that won 3 world titles. They were pretty good contact-based teams. Obviously, the Royals as well. It feels like it's swinging back a little bit towards there's an advantage to having some guys in your lineup that make contact. On the ground. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Boots it. And he'll pull into second safely. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Juan Soto, the next to hit, leading the American League in homers coming into this one, having a monster season. Soto with another scorching run of play lately.
We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his career, Boog. When he's going like he is right now, it's really fun to watch him.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. in there safely.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. Second in the American League in home runs. Swing and a miss. 0-1. One down. Runners at second and third. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Got him. Huge strikeout there.
Oh, that was such a great opportunity to grab the lead. You had the
That is
infield
it.
back.
The
All
first
you got to
baseman,
do is just
right.
put the ball in play on the ground,
Harper.
and you drive across a run. It's a frustrating outcome for the hitter. Now, I'll still have a chance, but it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
And now it's Bryce Harper to the plate. That is the inning. Yanks strand a pair. Scoreless after 1. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Now it's the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr. Cole back to work. Tatis, a strong-armed right fielder, 26 years old, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. And that one hit to first. And he handles it himself for the out. Cole, with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. And now it's Elias Diaz.
Some pitchers go out there and rip off a month or 2 of incredible starts. And right now, it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
On a line, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Batting 6, the left fielder, number 29, Giancarlo Stanton.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Clips the corner. It's 0-1.
Well, we're expecting to see strikeouts in this one. Cole is in the 2,000 strikeout club and only needed around 1,700 innings to get there. You know, only Chris Sale and Pedro Martinez needed fewer innings to reach 2,000 strikeouts.
Ricky Holiday, our umpire behind the dish, known as pretty fair umpire for both hitters and pitchers.
Yeah, I think that's right, Boo. There is a little inconsistency on the corners of the plate. You can't always be sure how it's going to go with those borderline pitches as the game progresses.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 2 away now.
It's been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Down the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera. And that one is lifted in the air. And makes the grab. And that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. Now to the bottom of the second. We're tied, 0-0. Bottom of the second. Here's Francisco Lindor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond. And this guy is at the top of the list. Pulls that one foul. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
Hoog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Diaz on to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Had him way out in front of the knuckleball there. That thing just floats and dances to the plate, and as a hitter, kind of feels like he'll never get there. You've got to try to find a way to stay on that back leg and just let it travel as deep as possible. Tough to do, though.
Austin Wells, batting with one down, takes a strike. One out, bases empty. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, you may think, man, that pitch was right on a tee for him, but I don't care where knuckleball ends up. Those things dance all over the place, and even when they pass right through the hitting zone, squaring it up or even getting a good piece of it can be a tough task.
So up next, Jackson Merrill. And first offering is fouled off. Two out, space is empty. Next pitch is outside. Line drive. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in. Not going to get him. He's in there. That makes it a 15-game hitting streak. And there's some buzz about it now, Singy.
It's nothing crazy, but it does say a lot about how well he's seeing pitches and really making solid contact, barreling up the baseball at times, and everything it seems he's hitting hard. As hot as he is, I could see this streak going for a little while longer.
At the plate, Brenton Doyle hit hard on the ground to the right side, and that's a fair ball. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. Round second, digging for third. And they throw on the brakes at third with no intention of testing the strong arm in right. Safe, and they take the lead.
Well, that right there is a pretty clear example of why making a clean, on-target throw back into the infield is so critical. But so many times it's easily overlooked. You can't be careless about it as an outfielder. Doesn't matter if you're throwing to a base or a cutoff. You have to give them something that they can handle. That cost them a run as a result.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Fouled off. He was late. Doyle on third with 2 out. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
Behind 0-2, he steps out for time. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. That clips the corner. And that one upstairs, ball one.
Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
Swings through that.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Wells hauls it in for the out.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Here's the center fielder, Connor Joe. And that is out of play. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Soto gets under it. Puts it away for the out.
The batter, number 2. Shortstop.
Here's Xander Bogaerts. Struck out swinging his first time. The shortstop takes the ball. Swinging a foul straight back.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The wind to kick the pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 2 outs. That one down the line, and that's just foul. And a swing and a miss down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing there for the Friars. They're down 1-0. Back in New York, here's Jose Ramirez. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. And that drops in for a strike.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. Joe hauls it in, and there's one away.
The left fielder, number 22.
Here's Juan Soto.
Could be a big moment for him right here. He's sitting on 999 hits. One away from adding a comma to that total.
That's off the plate. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he'd played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
On the ground right side. Over to first. They get the out on Soto.
The right fielder, number 99. Aaron Judge.
2 outs, base is empty. Aaron Judge at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Judge with some impressive production lately.
0-1's the count.
And Judge spoils that one. Going to count 1 and 2.
You don't stick at the Major League level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
That missed by a lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hit in the air, center field. Joe has a beat on it. Drops into the glove, and that is that. So they go quietly there. On to inning number 4. Yankees 1 and the Padres nothing. And we're back.
Leading
John
off for the
Shelby with Chris
Padres, the
Singleton,
second
and
baseman,
set to
Jake
lead off the fourth, Jake Cronenworth.
Let's go, Yankees!
First offering, and it just misses. Cronenworth, a 7th-round pick by the Rays in 2015 out of the University of... Now this one is hammered way back there, on its way and gone, and we are tied. He sends it out of here. 3rd home run of the season, and we are starting over. It's 1-1.
Wow, what a clutch swing right there. And now anything can happen in this game. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. So digging in now for San Diego, Luis Arias. Fly to left his first time. That one catches the zone. 0-1.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Top half of inning number 4. That one lifted to left. Base hit.
You know, I was watching his rounds during
right
batting
fielder,
practice today. So
Fernando
impressed
Tatis
with his ability to let the ball
Jr.
travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Little chopper rolls foul. Tatis waits. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it, or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
And that one fouled off. Man at first, one away. That one missed.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Hit on the ground, might be 2. And that squirts through. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. Zach Neto coming into the game now as the injury replacement.
Shortstop, number 24.
2 on, 1 out.
Zach
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. And that one fouled off.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Outside low. And that's ball 1.
1-1.
To first, might be 2. Steps on the bag for 1. To second, tag, safe. So they get one at first, but can't complete the double play.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Here's the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. 2 on, 2 outs. Yeah, that's fouled off. Got him! He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hit. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. All even at 1 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Welcome back
Leading
as
up
we take a
for
peek
the
at the
Yankees,
starting
the
pitching
first
so far
baseman,
this year.
Bryce Harper.
Swings and misses. And it's 0-1. And that's in the dirt. And now 2 balls and a strike. And a foul ball. The 2-2. Swings and he pops it up near the pitcher's mound. Diaz makes the catch for the out.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart
Now
of the plate.
batting,
Had
the
pretty good
shortstop.
timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And next for New York, Zach Neto, taking his first at bat of the game after entering on defense. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Digging in, Austin Wells. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Save. Neto, the runner at second with 1 away. Late swing, foul to the left. Just off the outside corner. 1-2 to count.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third. No, he held up. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. 1 out and a runner at second. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, obviously the knuckleball,
next
it's not a
for the
pitch
Yankees,
designed to blow
the
by
designated
hitters,
hitter,
but you'll see this
Jackson
every once in a while. You give up on that
Merrill.
pitch at the plate, and then the last moment it darts back into the strike zone, and you're just not ready to get a swing off in time. Looks like it's 100 miles per hour, and I tell you what, I know from personal experience it's not a good feeling.
Now it's going to be Jackson Merrill. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. 1 left for the Yankees. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Welcome back.
Leading off
Quite
for
a
the
pitcher's
Padres,
duel
the
so far.
designated
Here's how
hitter,
the starters have
Jason
performed up to this
Heyward.
point. Cole back to work. Right through there for a strike. Hayward, a former All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club, a former first-round pick back in 2007. Struck him out. He says, I don't care about draft rounds. Take a seat. So digging in,
The center
Connor
fielder,
Joe.
number
Fly to
24,
left his
Connor
first time.
Joe.
Check swing, no appeal.
Counts 1-0.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 5th. And a base hit.
Everything came together for him. Good pitch, hard and inside, but he showed off some quick hands, got the barrel to it, and was able to yank it into the outfield.
So the lineup flips over. Here comes X to the plate, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Soto pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Now here's Jake Cronenworth. He's already homered in this game. First pitch, and he just misses.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at.
That's in there, and it's 2-1.
This game has been so tight, feels like the next team to score will win it.
And a fastball clips the outside corner for a strike. Joe leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one 95 to finish him off. 1 left for San Diego. Score remains tied 1-1. Back in the Bronx. And now the center fielder, Brenton Doyle.
Brenton Doyle.
On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Back to the top of the lineup. And up next for New York, Jazz Chisholm Jr. That one catches the corner for a strike.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Fires across the diamond. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. 1 for 2. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. And it's through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that.
Runner on the move. Pitch misses. Throw. Save.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
Move to second, and he dives back in safely. And another ball.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
That misses, and it's 3-0.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle-of-the-order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's
number
been part of his
99,
career since day one.
First and second, 2 outs. It's Aaron Judge now. 0 for 2 in this one. And that's in for a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Yuki Matsui, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Morejon getting cranked up as well. Judge over the top.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last two pitches were well executed.
Waldron checks the runner. Ow! They got him, and that will end the inning. The Yanks lead one, still tied 1-1. All set for the start of the inning. Luis Arias stands in.
Arias.
Out towards left center. Doyle sizing this one up. Brings it in. And there's one away.
Woo! He was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
So with one down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Tatis with an uncharacteristic stretch of poor play lately. Outside low, and now it's even 1-1.
Even superstars have their slumps from time to time, Boog, and he's no exception. He's too good to struggle much longer, though. I'd expect him to turn it around soon.
Up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score it.
The catcher, number 17.
Well, that grounder up the middle made it a little more challenging than a routine ball right at him, but it's definitely a play you expect to make as a middle infielder, and I'm sure he wants that one back, but for now, he's just got to get ready for the next one and make a play.
Go ahead run on base. Here's Elias Diaz. Check swing called strike. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
Runner takes off. Pitch misses in. Safe at second with a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Go-ahead run at second, and we're the top half of the sixth. This one in the air center field. Makes the grab, and there's two gone.
Now batting, the left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
That's hard hit on the line. Makes the grab, and that's the third out. One error in the inning, but it doesn't hurt him. To the bottom of the sixth we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. All tied 1-1.
Now pitching for
back
the
now for the
Padres.
bottom of the sixth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Yuki Matsui.
He's averaging more than one hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Here is Aaron Judge.
For the Yankees,
this guy with light
the right
tower
fielder,
power.
Aaron Judge.
Well, in terms of hitting rocket home runs, Judge is near the top of that list. Only Giancarlo Stanton has hit more with greater exit velocity than Judge. Look out, though. Shohei is quickly climbing those charts.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one well upstairs. And the count is 2-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't
Yankees,
offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Here's Harper now. His home and away splits there. First pitch just misses. Action in the pen down there. Ron Marinaccio appears to be getting loose. With the go-ahead run at first here in the bottom of the sixth. Next offering is in for a strike.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. One away, bottom of the sixth.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
And now, Zach Neto, 1 for 1 with a single so far. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
0-1.
And now he'll ask for time and step out of the box. The 0-1. And there's a ball. Judge over at first with one away.
Ball, that's out.
There's a swing and a miss.
2-2 the count.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And 2 on now as they try to rally here.
Just a total nightmare for lefties. I'd be very surprised to see that matchup again. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
So now 1-2.
I think he was sitting off speed there. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
2 on, 1 out.
Ball 2.
In the dirt. Well done behind the dish. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game. I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Now the batter now, Jackson Merrill. Pickoff throw, and Judge back in safely. Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Ball 1 there.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. I really think the outer half is open.
That one not close. And that's ball 2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back in the Bronx, we go to the top of the 7th. Stepping in for San Diego, Oswaldo Cabrera. strike on the inside corner.
0-1.
That one fouled off. This one chopped to first, but it kicks foul. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's the 0-2. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Well, he really filled up the strike zone in that at bat until that final pitch. And as a hitter, you sense that they're coming after you, not dancing around the strike zone. They want to attack, and so you kind of get into swing mode, and you have to protect the plate. That's when you become really susceptible to something that makes you chase, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Here's Jason Hayward. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout so far. Connor Joe, the next up for the Padres. His righty-lefty splits there. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. 0 for 3 in this one. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Two down, go ahead run in scoring position. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Doyle on the move. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Adrian Morejon.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Here's the center fielder, Brenton Doyle. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Swing and a miss, 98 on the gun.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Foul ball still 0-2.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Stays alive. Hard ground ball, base 9. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard. So up next, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Here goes the runner. Caught on and missed. Throw to second, tag, out. out at second.
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. Then a quick tag before he reaches the base.
And that one upstairs, ball one. The next pitch misses. 2-1.
2 balls.
Base is
1
empty,
strike.
1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And that one hit 97 on the gun.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
That was pretty nasty.
Now batting, the third baseman.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Jose Ramirez. A switch hitter batting right. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they had the lead. They'll circle the bases. His 14th of the year. It's 2-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
So 2 away with nobody on. Juan Soto stepping in now for the Yankees. And he hits a ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back for more from the Bronx. Now the number 2 hitter, Jake Cronenworth. Cole back to work. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 2. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too
the
good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Substitution now at first base. And pinch running for the Padres. Brandon Lockridge. No outs. Runner at first. Next for the Padres, Luis Arias. Swing and a foul out of play.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
With the tying run on at first, and we're in the top of the 8th. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Hit in the air out to center field. Doyle gets there. He's under it. Drops into the glove. And there's one down.
Now batting, right fielder Fernando Tatis.
So man aboard, one down, and it's Tatis at the plate.
Well, with pretty good speed over there at first base, I think the pitcher's got to slow everything down. Hold the ball a little bit, step off, just try to break the rhythm and timing of a potential base stealer.
Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here. Home run. Tatis blasts one out. It's 3-2. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance, and they found a way to fight back big time. front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Garrett Cole is done in this one. And he kept him in it even though he's in line for the loss right now. New arm when we come back.
Now pitching.
New pitcher for the Yankees, Hunter Gaddis.
Number 33.
Just trying to keep this one close
Hunter.
here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And now Elias Diaz. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Gaddis in his second season, 26 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Just missed. And he chases a high fastball there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Struck him out. Really fooled him with the breaking ball there.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Two down, base is empty. So digging in now for San Diego, Giancarlo Stanton. That one's in there, and that is strike one. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 2 across on this San Diego homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Robert Suarez.
Now pitching for
These are the
Padres.
spots relievers really make
Number
a name for
75.
themselves. Late and
Robert
close. There's not much
Suarez.
margin for error, but at the same time, there's a
Pitching
reason they're put in these
defensively for the
situations.
Padres.
Tyler Wade
Now
comes
playing
on
second
defensively
base.
now as he takes over as the
Number
new second
14.
baseman. Yeah, the
Tyler
hard-throwing righty
Wade.
trying to secure these outs against a potent Yankee lineup, and it starts with Aaron Judge. And that is out of play. Looking to get the tying run on base. The Judge takes a strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
And a swing and a miss. And a key out leading off the bottom of the 8th.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th
Now
inning.
batting,
Down
the
1.
first
Any
baseman,
leadoff base
Bryce
runner really makes this inning a bit more
Harper.
interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Here comes Bryce Harper. That one off the mark, and it's 1-0. Holding on to a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Oh, and he lost the handle on that one.
Well, we talk about throwing the hands, but not the bat, man. You want to hold on to that thing, and you can see his teammates over there. If he doesn't come through with the knock, he's going to get some business when he goes back to the dugout.
1 down, base is empty. And a strike in there. And time called at the plate. Maybe trying to slow things down here in a crucial spot.
That's a ball. 2-2 now.
Ground Grounds one to short. Bogarts handles the chance. Throws to first in time. And that quickly 2 away.
Well, nice job by the shortstop to field that on the backhand and gather himself, get his feet underneath him. He had a long throw, but he knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure the grip, and finish the throw.
And now it's going to be Zach Neto. The shortstop takes the ball.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Misses off the inside. And the count is 3-1. Austin Wells in the on-deck circle, hoping for a chance.
3 strikeouts for him already, but that would be forgotten if he can get to the plate and make a difference right here.
Two outs. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And the tying run is on base.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of
Now
pitches and ends up drawing the walk.
Austin.
Very gritty.
Well.
So 2 down. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Swing and a miss.
0-1.
It's 0-1.
Well, with the tie and run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
Next offering upstairs.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
And 1-2.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Runner on the go. Ball misses. Throw to second. Out there. And the inning is over.
The catcher definitely ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
We go to the ninth, and here is Oswaldo Cabrera. Swing and a pop-up. Neto sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. And there's one away. So now the DH spot, Jason Hayward. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Just off the inside edge. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. On the ground to Jazz. Handles, throws to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 9th. Running out of chances to pad the lead.
Connor Joe.
And now the center fielder, Connor Joe.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swings and misses, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom part of the order, 7-8-9, 2 up in inning number 9. It's the Padres 3 and the Yankees 2.
Now pitching for
Welcome
San
back,
Diego.
and here comes the closer,
Number
Jeremiah
56.
Estrada.
And I can't imagine
Jeremiah
any save is an easy one.
Estrada.
You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
The catcher.
And now the catcher
Austin
comes up to hit. Austin Wells, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. One-run game, bottom 9. That one in the dirt, ball 1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. That one missed. This one driven deep center field on its way. Home run. And they tie it up. It's 3-3. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So digging in, Jackson Merrill, 1 for 3. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Fly ball down the line. Stanton on the move. And there's one down.
Now batting, center fielder, Brenton.
Now here is Brenton Doyle. First pitch misses. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in here in the last half of inning number 9. Line drive. Wow! Ball game. They must be going crazy in the dugout. And the Yankees walk it off and win it 4-3.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
4-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.